The fall-off. Perhaps the three most infamous words in hip-hop music right now, aside from I Am Music or Kendrick just dropped, J. Cole's detox, the coup de grace of his career, the end of J. Cole's days as an MC. As Cole described it in the season finale of his recently released Inevitable podcast, the album idea stemmed from a point in Cole's life where he was comfortable for the first time. He wasn't disciplined working on an album and noticed that the verses he was writing weren't at a level he was happy with. He realized after 2014 Forest Hills Drive he became complacent, but couldn't figure out the term to describe where he was at in his career. Shortly after, he got back into making music more frequently, got the excitement and spark back, and one day while working on the next album, For Your Eyes Only, the name of that feeling came to him. The fall-off. What happens when an artist gets comfortable after doing what they set out to do? From that moment, he knew it would be an album of his. It just wasn't the time yet. It's a title that's been murmured since 2018, but we're now in 2025 and still, we haven't received the project. In 2023, it really seemed like Cole was gearing up to drop it. Various verses from him that year alluded to it. In Adonis Interlude saying, "Just cop the fall off and he'll explain, bet this gon' be the year that fulfill his reign." His verse on the Street also heavily alluded to retirement and leaving hip-hop behind. The fall off was also mentioned during his shows with Drake, speaking about how he was at the tail end of finishing it, and Daylight claims to have even heard it, calling it one of the greatest pieces of rapping he's ever heard. Drake was also seemingly confirmed as a feature on the album as well.
Maybe I can get on out. Can I get on out? I'm gonna ask in front of a bunch of y'all. J. Cole, can we get on your album? You know, let's get say less, goddammit!
But where is it? If it's this far along to a point there's a completed version people are hearing, why haven't we gotten it? We'll come back to this very shortly.
Drop the album!
Because first we need to discuss how Cole ended his recent 2014 Forest Hills Drive anniversary concert, hinting that he would have new music to perform before Dreamville Fest in April. Ebe, his longtime friend, co-head of Dreamville and manager, seemingly confirmed this to actually be happening, quoting an NFR tweet about the subject. Coincidentally, this is the final Dreamville Fest. So, we get the fall off, Cole's final album, and end the era with the final Dreamville Fest. Sounds simple enough, right? It's a very poignant and almost fairy tale-like ending, and I've seen this theory going around. However, I guarantee you all, everybody listening to me right now, that this isn't the case. We are not getting the fall off before April this year. And do you want to know how I know that? The answer to this question is actually quite simple, and it hasn't changed since the first time I spoke about this subject. And that's It's a Boy. Before the fall off, we need It's a Boy to release. This isn't anything new, by the way. We've known this was the case since he put out that roadmap. And no, it's not cancelled. Might Delete Later did not take its place. There is proof not only on the back of the merch from early last year, but also from a couple lines of Might Delete Later. At the end of 7 Minute Drill, Cole says he's fully loaded and can drop 2 classics right now. And on Crocodile Tears, Cole quite literally raps, "Said I was finished but I want another 2 summers." Now this line could mean that he wanted summer of 2024 and 2025, or he wasn't counting last year as one of the summers he wanted, meaning he was referring to the summers of 2025 and 2026. So with this info, Cole could be dropping It's a Boy within the next 4 months and the fall off any time after Dreamville Fest, potentially going into 2026. So yeah, the fall off is still further than everyone is anticipating, but It's a Boy also might be. Now before I go any further, I am expecting the album this year, and wouldn't be surprised if it is the new material Cole was referring to. However, there is the possibility of something else. Just remember that roadmap isn't gospel, and it has been broken multiple times. We've gotten a second feature run from Cole, and not to mention Might Delete Later. Neither of these things were mentioned on his roadmap. This is the final Dreamville Fest, and while Dreamville is the brainchild of Cole, it is also a label home to various other artists, be that J.I.D, Cause, Ari Lennox, Bars, or Earthgang, the latter of which revealed something very interesting in an interview with NFR.
Speaking about collaborating with Dreamville as a whole, Revenge of the Dreamers 4 is something that people have been waiting on for years. Is that starting to be worked on? What's the word with that?
I mean, I think
the conversation has heated the fuck up.
Yeah, and I think every time we do Dreamville Fest, we understand the power of our collective brand and the power of what we do together and individually and how it brings it all together. So we always, want to continue to tap back into that.
Revenge of the Dreamers 4. Doesn't an album like this, an album which would highlight and celebrate the entire label, make more sense to release prior to the label's final festival? Dreamville Fest has always been a celebration of the entire collective, and music in general. not just one specific artist. It also lines up with Cole's recent moves, releasing old mixtapes onto streaming, the 2014 Forest Hills Drive anniversary with the special one-off concert and $1 and a Dream tickets coming back, giving unreleased tracks from that era, and of course the inevitable podcast, where we look back on his past eras. Cole has been guiding the fanbase to celebrate the past before we move on to the final chapter. Hence why I believe him and Ebe would want to give spotlight to their label and artists, who have built incredibly unique and successful careers one last time before the focus is entirely shifted to Cole for the seemingly final part of his career. But what do you guys think? When's the fall off coming? Do you think the music we're getting before Dreamville Fest is It's a Boy or Revenge of the Dreamers 4, or something completely different? Let me know in the comments below. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and turn notifications on so you don't miss any more videos. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.